Hello, everyone, and welcome to, what's going to be a bit of a series to round out the end of the year. Kind of going back and forth between Spire's End and Spire's End Hildegard. Last Wednesday, we played Spire's End Hildegard. This week, we have Spire's End, which, smaller box. I'm not sure if less gameplay. I honestly think about the same amount of gameplay and a darker theme to it. Though, on the table here, we do have Hildegard. Not from Spire's End Hildegard, but her at a later period of time. As Spire's End, the events of that have happened after. Still the same phenomenal artwork. It was unusually dark before the moon was swallowed in red. Crimson light circled the dark orb like a bloodshot raven's eye. The ground shook and something unimaginable drilled its way out of the earth. It tore through the town with ungodly force. The streets were filled with fumes, and the townfolk fell into deep, unnatural sleep. The strong, the frail, and the innocent all disappeared under the red eclipse. The spire stood there in silence. At its base was a door left ajar. Don't have any of the expansions for this yet. But let's flip over here to the table. Dust and debris. You wake, horrified, gasping for air. Your head is pounding and you're covered in dust and debris. You unearth yourself and climb to your feet. A monstrous foreign object spirals above you, like a horn of a giant deity, awakening or attacking the heavens. A quick glance reveals endless mounds of wreckage in every direction. It's strangely silent, and you see no one about. You head off through the destruction to find your uncle, your last living relative. Thankfully, his cottage is outside the spire's wake and untouched. He left you a note. I know you will come looking for me. Don't. I deeply regret what I've done. During this instant, I hid, then ran like a whimpering dog. The truth? I'm a coward crippled by fear. You're strong, courageous. Everything I'm not. That's why you must go. I suspect those missing are being held captive in the spire. Mount a rescue. Find them. Free them. I am proud of the person you've become. You must remain strong. I fear many hardships and horrors lie ahead. Know that shame has clawed through my soul, and I won't survive long. I've made sure of that. But before I go, I have some knowledge I need to pass on. Card 3. Cautious steps. What that knowledge is, it'd be great if he actually did pass it on. You approached the door with a cautious step. I warn you, it's worse than you think. And you've imagined unimaginable, no doubt, says an unfamiliar voice. A small creature reveals himself from behind the door. He's unkempt, a little worse for wear. His eyes appear kind. What are you? You've never seen this creature before. I've always been close, but your people are far too involved with yourselves to notice. We live right beneath you. Only this thing here is from much, much deeper. He mutters, looking at the spire. What do you know about this thing? You ask, hopeful. I squirreled around. These underdwellers have horrible red eyes. They move silently and quickly. He stops and sniffs the air. I must go. With that, he scampers off into the spire. You move to follow him when you see it. Red eyes cutting through the darkness. 4 and 5. We don't really need 4 because we know what we're doing here. Let's set his out there, not on his card. Let's see what we have here. Good news, I get to go twice in a row. Bad news, I don't know what I want to do. Bombs Away can hit real hard. Only requires 2 of the health. 4 is a multi-attack. Can add bleed. And Bubble. Bubble is a positive one. +3 armor on target. And Bleed is -1 hit point per turn. Do we really go big with our first attack? We might. I think it's probably better holding off. Doing Bombs Away. 5 is good enough for Bombs Away to deal 3 damage, remove 3 shield. Then, Harvest. We're getting all the abilities here. Take 1 hit point from the target. So like an 8 on that last one removes just straight through to HP. And Rengataki, she multi-attacks. So that's 2 dice. Now, we were going to go big. So that's 2 damage and 2 health. And I forgot to do for both of these. Recoup nothing. 4. Get a health back. Now, the enemy decides lows, highs. Of course, highs. And the enemy doesn't have any special, like, you don't roll a die. You flip a card here. His swarm. Oh, so it doesn't matter what number I rolled because he's hitting everyone. But he rolled a 2, which is nothing, and then rolled an 8 to get 2 health back. Gin and tonic tonight. That is actually gin and tonic. So, now we're going to go bigger here, but I think we're only going to spend 3 off of Hildegard. Oh, nothing. Guess she could have hit for 4. We're going to spend nothing on Rangitaki to deal 1 damage. And then, of course, I forgot to see about gaining health back. Did. Enemies attacking Hildegard with attack 1. 2, nothing again. And 3, no recoup for him. Getting so close. 6. No. 2's a lot. Let's just do straight up roll. 5 through 8. 1 damage. No damage. No health back, of course. Don't think there's any way to finish him off, so we'll just do basic multi-attack again. 6 and a 7. Both are going to hit. Any health back? 6. Nice. Rangitaki is doing well. Ooh, she's getting attacked. The number 4 attack here. The swipe. On a 4, 1 damage. What does snuff do? Would stop him from recouping, but you know what? I'm just going to go straight roll again. It is possible to finish him off. No longer possible, just with straight rolls. But that gets me 2 more health back, which puts Hildegard very close to where she should be health-wise again. You know what? Spend 2. One and a 5. Not great. Just 1 damage. Ooh. But I get 1 cube back. And let's see who the doorman is after. Rangitaki. 1. 8. So 2 damage. What is rebuild? I don't think I have a good way to get C. C is only... Rebuild ally. Where do we even get a C on there? A is cleanse. Okay. So, Hildegard is just going to go normal attack here. 5. Will do a damage. And she's going to roll not on her rebuild side of things, but on her hijinks side. She gets an 8. Got a 3. That's nothing. Basic attack for Rangitaki. Hits twice. And nothing on the recoup. The doorman has been defeated. We move on to the next card. +1 to our armor track. We pull card 32. I'm going to set that, I think, up here. The creature is bleeding on the floor, facing you. What have you done with them? You know it understands, regardless of what language it speaks. Around him are keys, at least 10 of them. Some are chained to him, others loose. 2 keys are directly in front of you. It might be your imagination, but it looks like one is beginning to move. Finish him off and take everything. Leave him, take what he has and move on, or take him captive. Let's leave him, take what he has, and move on. So we skip over 7. Flip 8. You rifle through the creature's clothing and find nothing. You move to pick up a key on the floor. The key slides towards him and into his hand. You raise your weapon. The creature sits and waits. His breathing is weak and shallow. We roll a d8. 5. His eyes start to glow bright red. Instinctively, you slice him in half. His insides spill on the floor in a glowing pool of molten red. You take the key from his clutches. It's yours. Card 10. Equip this card. It's our first key. And then reveal card 13. Sunbeams punch through the dusty air onto the black wall. The light blazes a hot orange in between the 2 corridors. There's signs of a struggle. A dead underdweller is lying face down in front of you with some overturned furniture. Glowing red blood trails along the floor haphazardly towards the left. You suddenly feel warm. Humid air hits the back of your neck. Something tall and thin darts through the sunlight. You wait a moment and brace yourself for an attack, but none comes. In the midst of the chamber's dark isolation, you hear a hum. There's a small flicker of light from the left corridor, and the humming increases. The orange rays of sunlight start to fade away as morning begins to pass. The room grows dark. Follow the trail of the thin creature into the corridor on the left. I want to avoid the mysterious creature. In the dark, I will go in the corridor on the right. We're going left. I think we went right last time. Left corridor reveals a small circular room with rows of benches facing 3 narrow mirrors. As you enter, an underdweller is passing through the center mirror as if it were water. The surface swirls in red as his body slides through. The room hums for a moment, then the mirror's reflection snaps back into place and the sound abruptly stops. Up close, the mirror looks ordinary. Reflections and all. You take a deep breath and put your hand on the surface. It's warm to the touch, but solid. Whatever occurred here is beyond reasoning. You see nothing else of interest. After inspecting the surface of all 3 mirrors, you head back to the other corridor. Something lurks. I think I hear something? Or nah, it's nothing. I'm paranoid. I think I hear something. We have a little rat. Four and 4. You look pesky, bud. Well, let's do 2. No, let's do 3. Ugh, nothing. At least I came back with those 3. Over here, what does cripple do? I missed that. Damage output is half. Oh, just going to do a basic attack. Because that's still going to knock off 1, no matter what. And don't recoup anything. This guy doesn't use the deck of cards. He just has the 1 attack. He's attacking Rangitaki. And misses. And would not recoup. But can't because recoup's only for health. So then, you know what? We'll be a little bit more patient. We're going to do 2. 2 is 4, gets me 3. All that's been taken out. And 4 gets me a health back. I'm just going to do the basic attack. Nothing. Of course, nothing. But I did manage to pull back that 6 health. The rat is going to go after Rangitaki, but misses. The enemies have not been rolling well today, which is good because I've been going slow. Just a basic 8 takes off 1. I'm going to go for hijinks. Cleanse an ally. Nobody has anything. I actually believe with it split here, I pick which half I want to do depending on what I roll. You know what? We're just going basic attack. Nothing. Come on, health. Got the last health that she can take. She is full. Rat. Ooh, against Hildegard. Gets an 8. Which inflicts bleed for 3 turns. And 2 damage. So bleed is basically a hit point. Let's do 2. Oh, let's do 1. 7 takes out 2. And 5 gains me back 1. Hey, where's that cleanse? I'd like that cleanse again. Now, just 1 left. No, I'm going to spend 1 because I'll try and recoup anyways. But that wasn't enough. 4 and 1 were too low. Too low to recoup. On Hildegard again. 3 hits. Shield is gone. Hildegard loses 1. Just a straight up attack from Hildegard. 4, nothing. 3, nothing. Rangataki, come on. 6 and a 5. 6 will hit. Take out the last one. And we recoup. So we've defeated this. We go down to card 16. It glows. You step in front of the rat's remains. It's the largest vermin you've ever seen. Its fur is matted and damp. A thick smell looms. Its antenna shines bright beyond death, with a crackling magma pipe. This could prove useful. It's just a card flip now. 2. You cut off the antenna. The glow remains strong. We're doing actually really well today. We're in chapter 2 now. Let's see. It's been about half an hour at this point, and I think we're going to call it here. So, to be able to stretch this one a little bit longer, we're going to do what we're doing with Spires and Hildegard and work on building out this story over several sessions. Does mean I have to figure out a way to save in the box, but I don't think that should be too hard. And honestly, that went way better than I think I've ever had it go before. I know there's a tough combat coming up here, but all things considered, we dealt with that rat pretty easily, and the doorkeeper was rolling horribly, which really helped us. And man, I just love this artwork. But there we have it. There we have Spire's End Hildegard. Not Hildegard, Spire's End. This is the original one. When I rank games, coming up here next, almost a year from now, I think my current thought process anyways is to keep these two games separate. The dice mechanics in this one are different than Spire's End Hildegard. The life tracking, everything like that, is different. This is a horror survival game with attrition and monsters, everything. Whereas Spire's End Hildegard tends to be a more fun adventure game where it's a little bit harder to die. So, there we have it. I don't remember how far I got the other time. I think maybe into chapter 3. I don't even remember how I got there. Which is the great part of this game, is I've played this now 4 or 5 times, and it really is different every time. But with that, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know what route you might have gone. What some of the decisions you would have wanted to make. And if you want to help make those decisions next time, Join me live next Monday at 8:30 p.m. where I'll be streaming Chapter 2. Or this upcoming Wednesday, live at 8 p.m. Central Time, going to be streaming Chapter 2 of Spires and Hildegard. And if you want to see more of what I put out regularly, you can check out nerdologists.com, as well as then over there I have the 10-minute Marvel podcast, which is longer than 10 minutes now, but a podcast about Marvel stuff. Get your news, talk about movies, comics, stuff like that. But with that, bottoms up.